Hi, David. Thanks for your time today.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. As happy as you can be in a situation like this. So, I just wanted to sort of, I was hoping you can give us a bit of an update on what's happening in London since the sort of pandemic has set in, and just a little bit about hospitality and what's going on at Pierre de Terre.
Sure, happy to. I think that the backdrop to this has been a very good start to the year. January was up like for like, just over 20%. February was heading the same way with a blockbuster Valentine's week. And then the end of February, it just tailed off into nowhere. It just tailed off so quickly. And then beginning of March, we were struggling to get out of single figures. We were doing with 6s and 8s for dinners. Friday and Saturday remained really strong, and we pulled the week back by pushing hard on the weekends.
Yeah.
The last 10 days, it's terrible. It's horrid. It's we've had to rewrite all our menus. We've let quite a few staff go, who mostly people who are talking about wanting to leave in the near future anyway. So we pushed that forward. So there was a few low hanging fruit, as you would call it.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are waiting to be told to close. Excuse me. I'm thinking my insurance, I have a better chance of claiming on my insurance for the business interruption if we're told by the emergency services, the government, the local authority to close.
Yeah.
We've rejigged all of our menus.
Go on, sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said we've been rejigging all the menus. We're no longer giving people choice. We're serving up set menus, reducing the amount of produce we're bringing in, which I know must be hurting all our suppliers as well. It's just a vicious circle of horridness.
I suppose so. In order to sort of like reduce sort of waste and cut down on all the sort of staff, you've had to reduce the menu, which then will have a knock-on effect, obviously. What would you say? What was the biggest difference with the menu that you've had to sort of implement?
Well, for instance, our fish supplier has basically closed the door. Johnny at Flying Fish, I can imagine he must be sending up maybe 100, 150 boxes of fish every night.
Yeah.
And he's down to 10. So
wow.
he's just said that it's not worth me being here. So he has said he's taking a temporary 2-week closure. Mm-hmm. So we have no fresh fish coming from the coast. Of course, we can buy here in London.
Yeah.
But we are used to a certain quality and a price point. Everything still is available. So there's no shortages of raw ingredients. But because we have been reducing the team in the kitchen, we are also reducing the number of dishes, the number of garnishes that we're preparing for an ever-reducing number of guests.
Yeah. So obviously, if you get told you're going to close, then how long do you envisage? 2 weeks, maybe?
I think it's going to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're talking about not wanting to make the same mistakes as they did in Italy, where they went for a partial lockdown in one part of the country, but not the whole country. Definitely London will have to be, because this is where we have the most cases.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting to be told what to do.
I think I read this morning that 40 underground stations have closed today.
Yeah, 40 underground stations. Yeah.
So that's even if people are even getting on them, to be fair.
But they'll keep the trains. They will keep the trains moving because people have to get to work within the emergency services and with the National Health Service. But they've moved underground and buses to a weekend services level. So it's a couple of trains every half hour. I think it's about a train every 10 to 15 minutes.
And for those customers that are sort of, I don't want to say the word braving it, but are sort of just coming in anyway, are they spending less? They're spending the same? Are they spending more? What's your sort of, what's the reaction in that sense?
They're all having a very good drink, that's for sure.
Oh, really?
The spend is down because we did a newsletter at the beginning of the week, offering a 50% discount on our tasting menu.
Yeah.
We wanted to get people through the door, so that has worked, and I'd say we've got about 20 bookings on the back of that. But we've got bookings next week, which I don't think we'll be able to. No, we're not going to be here for. So the spend is good. The people are in good spirits. Drinking well, handsomely, yes.
So, you're obviously, you've got a lot of friends in the industry, and what are other sort of restaurateurs talking about? How are they coping? What sort of measures are they implementing?
There's a very useful Twitter account with Jonathan Downey. His is at Downey DOWNEYJD. He's been very proactive with WhatsApp groups, and that there are sort of like 6 things that we need government action on. Announcement of 1-year rates holiday, that's been good. Ensure HMRC continues to time to pay. So we have been in touch with the hardship line, and we're making part payments on national insurance and PAYE. They're looking for a forfeiture moratorium so that landlords can't close restaurants who have been in a position of not being able to pay their rent. They're looking for an enforcement moratorium on bad debt. So suppliers can't close us or take us because of these troubles. They're chasing a employee rescue plan, saying that employees who have lost their jobs, the government should pay them to at least £250 a week, and that's been priced out at 4 billion. Well, that's 1 million jobs. 4 billion. And the launch of the 330 billion loan fund. There's things in there that have happened, and we just need the rest to start happening.
So you just need everything to fall into place and be advised on how to claim all of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is there anything else that you sort of want to mention whilst we're on the phone?
Yeah, it's Blitz time here in London. It feels like we're on a war footing.
Yeah.
We've also got to keep our spirits up, and we have to live our lives. Our staff we have to consider the welfare of the staff, of our customers, and I can't go around with my head hung, worrying about everything. We just got to get on with it.
Yeah,
we have to be, put a brave face. And how are you today? I'm tip top. Always am.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's just the way it is, I suppose. And I suppose one benefit of this awful situation is that everyone is in the same boat. There's no restaurant or hotel that's better than someone else. We're all in the same boat in this.
Yeah, I think there are some companies that are more thoughtful than others.
Okay.
I have heard across the industry about unilaterally reducing wages. So one company I know of has said there's going to be a 20% reduction in salaries, another 25%. I am contacting my landlord today to ask for a payment holiday on rent. There's also the opportunity, I guess, to go to pay monthly instead of quarterly in advance. It would be helpful to be maybe monthly in arrears, which would give you a 6-week break. Obviously, all of the grants have to watch all of that very, very closely and get everything that we can get. And it's useful to be in one of these WhatsApp groups where there will be people who know the ins and outs of the granting and the loans. So I'm going to take every help I can get.
Yeah, of course.
Regardless of what I need, I think it's just cash is king.
Yeah.
So we will want to hang on to our cash as long as we can. I think generally in the industry, the feeling is that we're not going to be paying our PAYE, our VAT, national insurance anytime soon.
Mm.
That cash, in my view, should be money that we spend paying our loved ones, our employees, and our suppliers.
I think VAT is one that I'm hearing about, and a lot of people are asking for like a freeze or a deferment there. But I think that in normal cases, VAT is usually incredibly hard to defer. So it'd be interesting to see if they let that one go.
I think if the industry comes together and everyone just does it,
Yeah.
it'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting to see how they enforce it
I agree. Yeah, well, they're not going to take people to court, especially when a they've probably
when,
not
when
got
there's no
enough.
courts
Yeah,
open.
well, yeah. A, there's no courts open. B, there's probably not enough time to get it done because everything will hopefully be back to normal by that point. I think common sense would hopefully prevail by that point.
My big plan
Mm.
is I'm going to decorate the house.
I've been told about this. Most people that I've been speaking to that have had to close their restaurant are decorating their house, and B&Q shares are probably up because of this.
Aha, there you go. There's a smart move.
Yeah, yeah.
If we can
Well,
get to B&Q.
that is true. That is true. But thank you for your time today. I just wanted to touch base and get a little bit of information on what's going on, and and we'll keep in touch.
Perfect. Thanks for the time.